Hello, my Barnardsville artists. It's Miss Cycle, and I'm checking in with you here on week 7. Can you believe it that we've been in school for 7 weeks? That is unbelievable. Well, this is a special week because some of you will be coming back to the building, and some of you will be making art with me in the art classroom, which is so exciting. Now, some of you will still be fully remote students and will be at home, and some of you won't get to do art with me in person until next week, but that's okay. I just thought I would take this kind of transition week, that means a week where things are changing, to refocus on our HAWKS expectations that we have both at school and at home, and especially in the art room. So we're going to talk about what those HAWKS expectations are and what they should look like no matter where you're learning. So HAWKS at Barnardsville stands for have respect, awesome attitudes, willing workers, kind kids, and successful students. Now, I know your teachers have been talking to you about these expectations, and I know some of you have even been earning dojo points for meeting these expectations, and I'm super proud of you for that. And so we're going to keep that success going, and we're going to go over what these expectations look like as just a reminder as we move through these changes in our school year. So my first expectation is have respect. You guys spend a lot of time talking about and thinking about and hearing about what respect looks like. So I really want to focus on what it means in the art classroom. Having respect means listening carefully with your whole mind and ears and heart, so that you can follow the directions. That is a great way to show me respect. A great way that you can show your friends respect is by listening to them the same way. So when anyone is talking, your attention should be on them, and that is a great way to show them respect. You also have to have respect for your workspace and your materials. So if you're at home and you have your art supplies at home, I hope that you can keep them in a nice organized box or on your desk. And when you come to school, you need to treat those supplies carefully and with respect so that they're well taken care of and we can use them all year. That's having respect for our materials and supplies. And finally, I put this heart on here as a reminder that I want you guys to work on having respect for yourself and the work that you do. I know in art class sometimes it's hard to be proud of the work that you do. Sometimes you look at a drawing that you make and you're not happy with it and you just want to crumble it up and put it in the recycling can and never look at it again. And those feelings are important, and that's okay to have those feelings. But I also want you to have respect for the time and the work and the energy that you put into that artwork. And even though it's not perfect, maybe somebody at home, a grown-up, might want to see it anyway. So we're going to have respect for the hard work that we do, even if it's not perfect, even if it looks like a lumpy potato. Those of you who know me know that I talk about lumpy potatoes a lot. So after have respect, we have awesome attitude. So your attitude can really change the way that you approach anything. Having an awesome attitude will help you to work together with friends and taking turns. It will help you to be a better listener if you make sure that you're having an awesome attitude when you're listening, because you're not just waiting for your turn to talk, that you're actually looking at the speaker with your eyes, listening with your ears, and trying to understand with your head and your heart. Having an awesome attitude means being brave to try new things. Sometimes it feels really scary to try something that seems hard. And that's when you have to remember that awesome attitude, that positive mindset that you can try something new. You can try your best. And if it doesn't turn out, that's okay. So that is our awesome attitude. After awesome attitude, we have willing workers. Willing workers means that you are being responsible. You are up and ready for your Zoom meeting. You are at school on time. You have your art supplies ready to go to bring them to school with you or to have them ready to work from at home. You show up where you need to be. If you get to school and you are supposed to go straight to your classroom, that is where you go. So willing workers means doing what you are supposed to be doing. And sometimes we are all going to make mistakes. We might not make the most responsible choices. And so I have that little sign that says sorry, because part of being a willing worker is owning up when a mistake is made and taking responsibility for your actions so that you can be a willing worker in the future. After willing workers, we have kind kids. Now, I know all of you are my kind kids, but it is definitely something that we can all work on every day, is just being kind to one another, thinking about how other people are feeling, celebrating successes. When somebody does something well or has some exciting news, be excited with them. Celebrating success, looking out for people that might be in need of something. If someone is sad, thinking about ways that we could make them feel better. And for my older students, acting like a role model, acting the way that you want little kids to grow up to be. So showing them really what it looks like to be a leader and a kind kid in our school. Oh, before I leave this slide, I want to say this time that we've been away from school and that we've been dealing with the coronavirus, it has been very hard on me, and I'm sure it's been very hard on a lot of you. And maybe you've been feeling a little sad, and that's okay. And so part of being a kind kid is remembering that we might not all be at our best. We might all be struggling a little bit, and that's okay. So we can be kind together and we can be understanding together. And finally, HAWKS ends with an S for successful students. And I'm going to pay really close attention. There's a lot of things that goes into being a successful student, but I'm going to really pay attention to the safety aspect of that. So being a successful HAWKS student definitely means if you are coming to school, you are wearing your mask, you are washing your hands, you are waiting those 6 feet apart and keeping our distance the best we can. And then you are also being safe with our supplies. I always say that our art materials are tools, not toys, and we have to use them in the safest way to be able to be successful in art. So those are our 5 HAWKS expectations: have respect, awesome attitude, willing workers, kind kids, and successful students. So for your assignment this week, I want you to think of one of those expectations that you struggle with. So that means an expectation that maybe you need a few reminders for, an expectation that maybe you don't get dojo points for, that you could work on. And I want you to make a mini piece of art to help you remember that you're going to focus on that goal. So I'm going to show you mine. I cut out just a little sheet of paper. I made it kind of a funky shape. And I wrote mostly words, but I also drew some designs on there. And I needed a reminder about my attitude, about having an awesome attitude and trying new things. So I wrote these words: be brave enough to be bad at something new. Be brave enough to be bad at something new. If you come to school, you'll see those on the art hallway as a big reminder. But this is my little reminder of one of my HAWKS expectations that I know I need to work on, because I'm feeling a little bit nervous about coming back to school. But I know it's going to be wonderful. So I'm going to be brave enough to try something new and know that if I make a mistake or if I don't get it right the first time, that's going to be okay. And that's a part of having an awesome attitude. So I want to see your little drawing. Remember, it does not have to be a full big sheet of piece of paper. It could just be a little drawing or a few words and a reminder that you're going to hang up at home or at school to remind you to be the wonderful HAWKS student that you are, and meet all of these expectations. So I love you guys. I'm proud of you, and I will see you soon. Bye.